Kia ora. Alright, so working on a new project. This is Rising Sun. I fortunately have a book to work from a color scheme, and so far it's doing so good, doing pretty good. So this one here started with the Zenithal Prime, and then I actually tried stippling with these new brushes, expensive brushes by the way. What do I think of these brushes? They're alright. They're worth the price. That's another story. But it does feel like I'm getting a little bit of quality. I just don't think it's worth the price of admission. Anyway, started stippling it with a desert yellow from Army Fanatic War Paints. And then decided to stop stippling and then airbrushed it with Army Fanatic Desert Yellow. Then I dry brushed with Demonic Yellow, and then for these little nubby bits here I put on an Ice Yellow and then a Neon Green, the Data System Glow from Army Paints Fanatics. The bottom here was a speed painted Gravelord grey, then dry brushed over with a different type of grey. This gold here was my Army Fanatic Greedy Gold, which is what I've got, and then the little orb that it's on is the bronze, I think. Don't worry about the base, haven't quite finished it. Let's get to the face. The face was a really bad attempt at using I think I used Army Fanatics Gunmetal and then painted it over with a speed paint black, and I thought I was going to get like a dark metally color. That shit didn't happen. It just looked like regular speed paint black. So after the speed paint black I just dry brushed this with a bit of grey. I also just played around with the face a bit with a bit of dry brushing, and then used Pallid Bone, the best speed paint out for kind of teeth and bone. I really love that stuff. Put on a bit of red and green for plus a bit of gloss. No washes. Didn't use a wash on this. Oh yeah, also for the this is the color that's on the artwork, so I just dry brushed a mixture of grey and brown for the Earth Dragon to work through, and yeah, I'm alright with it. Snakes felt a little bit all over the place. I guess let's talk about these things here. These horns, that was a speed paint brown, then tried to wet blend speed paint in with a Zealot Yellow, or no, the Nuclear Sunrise or the Zealot Yellow, one of those things, just to give it the kind of colors that's coming from the artwork as well. I am fairly happy. Then I was like, man, like that took me a few hours moving on to the small ones. I think I've come to the realization. So I like the idea of airbrushing, dry brushing, probably washing as well, and having that as kind of a nice speed painting process. Also apply your highlights on afterwards, although I haven't applied any highlights on it. So I haven't applied any highlights on it after the dry brush, maybe because these are pretty good. Maybe that's new. But when it comes to these smaller ones, bro, like speed paints just seems to be the way to go. Like get in focus. I mean, they're small, there's lots of detail, you just get it done in a few minutes. It's I don't know why you would choose a different way for smaller 2 to 3 centimeter miniatures than speed paints. Of course, with speed paints I like to add extra highlights on after the fact now, because that actually makes it look a little bit more detailed. But really though, like I'm just convinced. I am convinced using speed paints for these smaller ones is just going to get you really good results really fast. Then you move on to your typical acrylic, sorry for the mess over there, for your highlights afterwards, and then apply your gloss. It's just good results, man. And I've been tossing up with this like in my mind. Next up, I've been thinking about this guy. He's got a fair bit of white, which is kind of scary. But yeah, this is Rising Sun. So